All right, guys, you already know the deal. I'll see you guys in a few minutes, a few short minutes. All right, we're about to get the show started. Just gonna wait until everybody shuffles in here. We're about to get started. All right. Shuffles in here. We're about to get started. All right. Shuffles in here. We're about to get started. All right.
What am I gonna do?
Hey guys, how's it going? And welcome back to another episode, a very special episode, as we're out here, about to dip our toes into this the MetaVerse, because the other day, I don't know if you guys have heard, but it's been a couple weeks now. Facebook, Mr. Zuckerberg out there, shout out to you. He said that he changed the name of his company to Meta. And ever since then, all of a sudden, Meta and MetaVerse, everybody wants to know what that is, what it means, and the most important aspect to all this is the people are more concerned about Facebook's footprint, Facebook's, whole, what is their, was it market share to this whole thing? So let me put it to you. Let me put some of you guys' mind at ease and at rest. A lot of this world that you're seeing there, a lot of this world that is the MetaVerse, which is the Internet 3.0, the next version of the Internet, all this other stuff, is going to be very decentralized, and it's not going to be controlled by Facebook. In fact, let me give you a quick example to that. Facebook only owns about 0.8% of the whole metaverse. Okay, so there's everything that you're looking at now. 95% of it is not from Facebook. 95% of it is all metaverse stuff that has been built, in the internet by most people, like a lot of people like you and me. We're going to be talking a little bit more in depth on that, on how they're doing it and what they're doing. We got Gizmo out there. He wants to be in the metaverse too. I think he had those glasses on. It got a little too real for him for a minute. Anyways, you know, but at the end of the day, you know, we don't have to really worry too much about the whole Facebook aspect of it, because a lot of people, you know, out there are very concerned about the fact that they would have to give up so much information, so much stuff, so much knowledge and all this other crap. One second, let me go take care of Gizmo. What a way to start. What a way to start the show. Sorry about that, guys. Jesus, man. Oh, my God. Hold on.
Bruh.
Jeez, man. Fucking Gizmo he was just literally standing at the front door, you know, just barking at just random passerbys. Like by the way, he sees I'm doing my show and my podcast, and he's like, you know, it's my turn to do my podcast. That's like the dog's version of the podcast. He was out there. There's like a funny meme out here in Mexico that basically says, it's like, oh, right when I'm about to go to sleep, the dog, what is it? Hold on. As I'm about to go to sleep, the dog in the neighborhood. All right, let's get ready for tonight's podcast. Anyways. But yeah, guys, so, you know, this whole idea that, you know, going into the metaverse or going into this new internet, we're going to have to give up so much information. We're going to have to, you know, they're going to be tracking us. It's all going to be part of the, you know, what is it, like the social credit score and all this other stuff. No. You know, some people out there, you know, again, like the Facebooks of the world that own, again, Facebook owns less than 1% of the whole metaverse, okay? Literally less than 1%. So they're way behind, and they're way behind on many things. The only thing that Facebook has going for it is that, you know, part of the whole thing about going into the metaverse is you need those glasses, you need the hardware, and so they're leading the way with the cheapest hardware. But again, don't get it twisted. It's all about, it's not just this hardware, which is the headset, you know, the glasses and all that stuff. But more importantly, it's the software. It's what are you doing once you're in, you know, once you decide to log into this new internet, how is this new internet gonna take shape and form? So, you know, this is like some channel that I found out there talking about all this stuff, and that's the guy there. He's like a, but anyways, as you can see there, you know, on the pictures on the screen, there are many versions of metaverses. If you've heard of things like Roblox, that's a metaverse. If you've heard of, you know, a lot of games, you know, like Grand Theft Auto, those are in a metaverse. If you're looking at, you know, a lot of multiplayer online games or communities, they're a metaverse. And I can go on and on. I mean, the metaverse is not that far away, and most of you guys already use it or are involved in the metaverse in one shape, form, or another, whether you even know it or not. I mean, you know, honestly, like if you are using things like cryptocurrency, all right, or, you know, anything if you've ever been inside a game world, if you've ever played any one of these games online, if you've done anything like that, you have already participated in the metaverse. If you played a game like Pokemon Go, in which, you know, the augmented reality, you remember Pokemon Go, right? That you used to use your phone, and then with your phone, you get to see on the phone, oh my God, there's a Pokemon over there. Oh my God, there's a, you know, a Pikachu. Oh my God, let me go capture the Pikachu. And it was there, but it wasn't there. You know what I mean? Okay, so it's the same thing. We already have a lot of that available to us, and it's going to be part of the new future. And, you know, there's no reason to be scared of it. What we need to be scared of, what we need to be concerned with, what we need to be keeping an eye on and make sure we don't go down this route is, you know, we got to make sure that, you know, look at the map. This is perfect timing. We got to make sure that whatever metaverse we want to interact in the most, or we're interacting in, is not controlled by the Google or by Microsoft per se, or by Facebook or any one of these entities, and we're not giving them all of this control, because the reality is that we're living in a world now in which, again, let's go back to the beginning here, so you guys can see a little bit. If you guys are interested in this, there's a channel called Building the Metaverse. The guy, he barely has 1,000 subscribers. That's how new this stuff is. But I would suggest you check it out if you want to know more in depth, on what's going on with all this. But, as we've been seeing on screen, and we're going to see again, with that whole thing there, the metaverse, is not, the Matrix. We're already in the Matrix, guys. A lot of people out there are like, oh my God, the Matrix is coming and the whole robot thing is coming and all this stuff. The thing is that, we've already been in the Matrix, for the longest time. Ever since, we have been, under the control of certain people and entities, which has been for a long time, we've, in a sense, been in this Matrix. What's going on now is that this is just another evolution, a revolution, okay? But it's more like an evolution of humanity. This is a way in which, we, are able to, in a sense, take control back, because not only would we be able to build a new world online in which they can't control, but that world would also be part of the real world and vice versa. You follow? Because, like, for example, let me give it to you like this, like I explained to a lot of people. Now, for the first time ever, we would have the ability to live in a rural area. Like, you can, a lot of people are like, oh my God, I want to live in the middle of nowhere and forget all of this insanity that's happening in the world, like World War III and the virus and the environment and all this crazy stuff that's going on. A lot of people want to avoid that, and they would love to live in the middle of nowhere. But if you're in the middle of nowhere, well, you're going to be missing one key element. We're going to be missing one key element to humanity, and that is being able to stay in touch with other humans, being able to communicate with other humans, being able to interact with other humans, the whole human interaction, the whole human interface situation here. And now you would be able to be literally anywhere on Earth, anywhere on the planet, anywhere, literally, it doesn't matter where you are, and you would be able to access a world, okay, through just putting on some glasses, or even, by the way, how most people access the metaverse today is not through glasses. It's through your computer screen. You're playing these games, you're doing all this stuff on the computer screen. So 90% of the metaverse is on computer screens. It's not in the goggles, okay? So that's what I'm saying. Most of you guys already been or are using the metaverse. We're in the metaverse. But anyways, all of a sudden now, people that are in rural areas, people that are, living that anarchistic, libertarian, self-sustainable lifestyle, where they got, they're living off the grid, they're doing that whole stuff. Well, guess what? You'll still be able to interact with people and live in you can live in a place like New York City, or you can visit a place like that. And a lot of the world right now still looks, real quick, I want to show you, but a lot of the metaverse world looks like this, in which it's very cartoony. It's still very, primitive in the way that it looks. It looks very video gamey and all this other stuff. But, there are other metaverses out there that are already basically photorealistic. The reason that they are not more readily shown is because the hardware, the computer power that you need in order to run this stuff is so great that it's really hard to kind of like, for people to check this out. But you know what? I'll show you some right now. Let me see if I can find it real quick here hold on. Here, while you guys are checking this out. But yeah, I want to, hold on, uno segundo. Damn it, what was it? Oh yeah. Yeah, check this out. So you guys can just see. I think this was it, right?
This was the robot?
Yeah, okay. So check this out. Hold on, come on. No, this wasn't it. Sorry. Yeah, I just want to show you a quick video on so you can see how realistic some of this already looks. Where is it, man? Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. Let me put a little music on while I find this. I know. Sorry. Brain fart here. I can't do two things at once. Turn it. find it. Yeah, because it looks so realistic nowadays. It's so crazy. Oh my God. Where are
My
the...
mama called, seen you on Twitter. Son said shit done changed. Ever
One second.
since your first song, I bought it all. Ever since the first dip, they said it's Tulip Mania. Now they always say congratulations. Long so hard, avoided liquidation. They ain't ever have their hands or patience.
Okay, check this out. Here. Just check this out right here. So you guys can just get an idea. Oh, wrong one. All right, here, check this out. I don't know, right? So much computer stuffs everywhere. But just so you can get an idea of how realistic some of this stuff is. There's like, oh yeah, look at this one. I don't know if you guys can see that there. Maybe, man, these are horrible. But maybe you can see a little bit there. But yeah, I mean, you know, like I said, you know, they're already this is like the worst video quality ever. Anyways, look, all I'm saying is that there's already realistic looking worlds out there, all right, in this metaverse. Oh, there we go. There we go. I think this is the video. Check this out. Look at that. Look at this. So this is like in the metaverse. What is that, man? Ah, what is this? Jesus. What's going on here, internet? Why are you messing with me so much? So this is like what we're used to thinking that the metaverse looks like, but look at the graphics on this thing. Look at the realism on this racing game or whatever. Let me see. Yeah, look at this. Look at this. Look how realistic like that looks there. You feel me? Hopefully he moves around. Look at that, you see? And so that's what I'm saying. We're getting there to the point where it's like extremely realistic as well. We're on the cusp of all this stuff. And you know, one thing is playing it on your computer. Another thing is when you got the glasses or you got some other immersive thing to go with it. All right, let me see. Is this like another one? I think that's it. I'm not going to waste too much more time on the realism here. But yeah, like I said, you know, the whole idea, you know, of the metaverse is like right in front of us. So what I'm saying is that in the future, very, very soon, very soon, you'll be able to, again, you're in the middle of nowhere, but you'll still be able to, in a sense, you just put on some glasses or what have you and be teleported to a sense to wherever on earth. You know, let's just say that you need to do some banking in Tokyo, Japan, and you'll be able to, in a sense, walk around in almost like a hologram, you know, or something like that within, you know, the bank. And the thing is that the bank itself, you know, you'll be probably in the real bank or you'll be in a metaverse version of the bank. You know, just like right now, you can go to your bank, you know, the bank branch, or you can access the bank through your app or through your website or through, you know, whatever. So the metaverse would be like a virtual 3D version, okay? It'll be a 3D version of the bank, you know what I mean? A 3D version of the internet, sorry, a 3D version of the internet. So that's all the metaverse is. The metaverse is just a 3D version of the internet. You know, you'll be able to, like, in a sense, like I said, have like all of a sudden, you know, like how you see in some movies where the guy is just like pointing at things and there's like all these screens and all these invisible holographic screens and tablets and, like, you know, almost like computer monitors just appear around. All that is part of that new world that we're moving into. And it's really cool, man. I mean, it's really, to me, it's like super duper interesting, you know, how we're moving into all this, because, you know, as the power structures, you know, that we have today get stronger, more powerful, get worse, you know, get whatever, you know, we have ways in which we can construct all kinds of economies, all kinds of freedom. We can construct worlds. We can construct all kinds of things that are away from these controlling entities. And by the way, a lot of this stuff, they don't have to be on Facebook servers. They don't have to be on Amazon servers, Amazon Web Service. They don't got to be on any of these things. Now with things, like Elon Musk, Starlink, and you being able to have your own servers. Remember, like someone like Alex Jones, for example, when he got censored and taken off the internet, the reason he was not taken off the internet is because he has his own servers. He doesn't need YouTube or Amazon or any one of these entities to publish or publicize his work. He can do it himself. And so that's the thing. Like we're in a world right now. We're entering a world right now, and which the whole thing about censorship and all these things, man. All these things are going to be a thing of the past, man. We're going to be in a world that is going to be so free, and I'm talking about a physical world and a virtual meta world. We're building the internet that was supposed to be built back when we first built it. When we first built the internet, it was supposed to be decentralized. It was supposed to be away from government power structures or corporate power structures. It was supposed to be free, wild west, and the internet became into something completely different. It is what it is today. But the reality is that like now this new internet that we're building, we're making sure that most of it, because we know that we can't control everybody. So like again, we can't control Facebooks and Amazons and whatever. They're going to build what they want to build. But at the end of the day, we're building our own internet. We're building our own power structures. We're building our own stuff that's better, faster, private. People they already know the importance of their data. They already know the importance of the control that comes with all that. So when they are now going to embark on the new internet, they're going to make sure to put, to go into a new internet that is not going to be able to control them, control their data, control them through things like, what is it, like the social credit score and things like that. Because again, when you're in these virtual worlds, you're not going to need Bank of America or Chase or any of these. No, you're cryptocurrency, man. Crypto freaking currency. You know what I mean? And then so many other things like that. You know what I mean? So here, let's look at this real quick. And so let's look at the many layers of the metaverse, all right? Because as you guys can see, this is like an onion, right?
Told and never sold, and look, we made it. Yeah, we made it.
That's right.
They were never there, no. Yeah, now I'm jumping out the Lambo. Yeah, and my life moves slow-mo. Yeah, when I open Crypto Pro. Yeah, I'm a genius with the.
But yeah, again, you're only a genius if you start looking into this. Right now, most people trying to dive into this world, you're looked at as crazy, or you're looked at as, oh my God, you want the whole control of the robots and the machines and the technology. But the reality is that it's going to be any further from the truth. If we're not getting involved now, then we are going to be slaves to this machine. But if we get involved and we know what's going on and we build this new future, come on, you know what I mean? Like we will never be in control ever again. We'll be the ones in full control. So, all right. So right now, like these little layers, let's start all the way from the inner layer, the most important layer. You need, things like the 5G, Wi-Fi, 6G, the cloud, all the GPUs, the GPUs, meaning the computer chips. Oh, this thing was still going. The computer chips, the actual physical hardware is something that we need. And so like the whole thing with the internet, with the 5G and all this other shit, people don't understand too much of that. Look, the reality is that like everything, we're getting radiation from everything at the moment. The whole 5G thing, people don't understand how that works completely, and it's a completely different thing. We're not going to be talking about that now, but it's not something to be scared of. It's like anything else. It's too much of anything is something you need to be scared of. But the reality is that it's not even going to be about the 5G. A lot of this stuff is going to, 5G, for example, how 5G would work, the reality of like what 5G is more than anything else is like, let's say that right now I am doing I'm doing something on the computer, but with my Google glasses on or whatever, my virtual glasses on. Well, 5G would allow for me to be completely wireless, all right? and be able to be connected to the computer and never lose connection. Never, you know, like, because 5G is for close proximity, not for big, long proximity. So whenever you're like, oh, there's 5G towers, no, they're not, because that's not how 5G works, bro. You know what I mean? Like, it's just not, you know what I mean? Like, that's not how 5G, that's not how it works, you know what I mean? Like, if there's a 5G tower, they ain't doing shit, and the 5G tower is only gonna be spitting out 5G 5 meters across or whatever, so still too far away to affect you. So, like, how 5G works is basically, it's like a connection, like almost like Bluetooth, all right? But better. Bluetooth is always disconnecting. Bluetooth is not perfect. Bluetooth has its problems. And same as like that Wi-Fi signal. You know, there's the regular Wi-Fi signal. Sometimes it's like, if you're going into a certain area, you know, it's just a little, it's not as good. But the thing is that, you know, when you're using like the 5G, you know what I mean? Like when eventually that starts rolling out, it's basically for just like, again, it's like a super duper strong Bluetooth in a sense. Look, let me put it to you like this. If you guys have a router, a computer router in your home, if you got internet, a lot of times you'll get, let's say Comcast or whatever, you'll have two signals. You know, you'll have a 2.4 gigahertz signal and a 5 point something gigahertz signal. The reality is that if you want the strongest signal, you need to be using 2.4 gigahertz. A lot of people are like, what? That doesn't make any sense. If you want the strongest signal, right? It's obvious, the 5. No, the reality is that like if you're close to the modem, if you're really, really close proximity to the actual modem, whatever, then you want the 5 gigahertz because that's, again, what I was just explaining about the 5G. And if you're going to be further away, let's say all the way over here in the other room, there's a wall, there's another wall, there's whatever, you're going to be further away in which the signal needs to go further out. Then you need like you need to connect to the 2.4 gigahertz. I recommend connecting to an Ethernet cable so you have the strongest no matter what. And most people would do that if they want the strongest signal. But just to give you an example of how all that works. So again, don't be getting it twisted. You know, there's always a lot of fake news and a lot of things out there, technology included. You know, back in the day, people were afraid of getting when electricity first came out. People were scared of having electricity in their home because they thought that if they touched the walls, you know, because the wires go through the walls, they thought if you touched the wall that you would get electrocuted. They thought that the house could, you know, blow up or the house could catch fire because of the heat generated from the electricity, and I could go on and on. So it wasn't like when people first saw electricity and they saw a light bulb that people were like, oh my God, thank God we're saved. No, most people were like, oh my God, that is so scary. You know what I mean? Like, get out of here with that shit. So, all right, so let's move on. The second aspect, okay, we're in the second, right after the infrastructure, we got the human interface. So that is, you know, how you are interacting with, you know, the metaverse. So are you doing, right now, most people access the metaverse through their phone, all right? Or through the computer right now, you know what I mean? Like when you're on the computer, you're playing a video game, you're in the metaverse. If you're playing Grand Theft Auto, you're in the metaverse. If you're, you know, playing Roblox, you're in the metaverse. If you're doing crypto, you're doing things in the metaverse, and I can go on and on. So, you know, anything, you know, smart glasses, wearables, you know, when you're doing the movements and gestures, you know, the whatchamacallit, the sensors, you know, so like when the sensors can pick you up and then they can move things and make things. Like for example, how we do with the podcast. Let me show you guys real quick, just in case you guys are not aware. But just like what we do on the podcast. Here, let me show you. Okay. So on the podcast, so we use sensors, okay? So we use sensors in order to capture our mouth movements and our eye movements and our movements, you know, our head, our tail, yeah, we got tails, what? Anyways, so... So, you know, the whole thing, you know, to capture us, you know, like we'll move our hands, all that crap. And so it's all captured through sensors. And so we're, in a sense, in the metaverse there, you know, like, okay. So just another example. All right. What happened? Get me out of here. Get me out of here. Yay. Okay. So the human interface, you know, how you entering or how you're interacting with the metaverse. All right. The third layer Look at that. Decentralization. You notice that, right? You notice how decentralization is a major component to this. So something like Facebook is centralized. Google is centralized. The government is centralized. A lot of these things are centralized. So now you see how built into the metaverse, built into the new internet that we're building, Web 3.0, Web 3.0, or whatever the hell this is called. Notice that decentralization is a major component to this. And so what comes with decentralization? Well, you're not going to get censored. You're not going to be able to get taken offline. You're going to be able to, do things that you're not able to do, again, right now in the web interface that we have today because of government control and censorship and corporate control and censorship. So basically, this is all like an anti-censorship layer, all right? And so this is, this is things like the edge computing, the artificial intelligent agents, microservices, the blockchain, and I can go on and on. All the stuff that comes with the decentralization. And so what is decentralization? Well, the fact that how the metaverse works is just like Bitcoin. Everybody that's on the network is part of the network. So that's why Bitcoin will never go to zero, because that would mean that everybody just goes off the network. And by going off the network, I don't mean no power or anything like that. No, meaning that everybody exits the Bitcoin universe. You feel me? Which is not going to happen. So that would be the only way, in which something like that would just like disappear or become centralized. You know what I mean? Because it would just be controlled by one or two entities, or one entity, basically centralized, one entity that is the last cheese, the last person standing. All right. And then that's how Bitcoin, in a sense, will become centralized, But that goes with the metaverse and everything else. This is how the metaverse is decentralized, is that every single participant within the metaverse, and by the way, there's right now there's hundreds of metaverses, but soon, just like there's millions and millions and millions, and where's Trump? Millions and billions and billions and billions of websites, there's going to be billions and billions and millions and zillions and billions of metaverses, okay? Because a metaverse is just like a website. You know what I mean? You're entering the bank's metaverse, and you're basically entering the bank's website. You're entering, whatever metaverse you're into, whatever metaverse you go into, it's like going into a website. That's it. And this website happens to be on the internet, okay? Now, most of these websites in today's world, they're controlled, like the bank website, a lot of these are controlled by one centralized agent. And we're going to see that in the future. You're going to be able to go into the Facebook metaverse, and you're going to see immediately like the control that they have, because it's their centralized server, and they're the ones that are in control of everything. But most metaverses going forward, the ones that we're building now and the ones that we're going to be building going forward, they're going to be built. They are being built, okay, by the kids and are the younger generation, and no one, all right, is going to want to willingly live in a corporate or government-run metaverse when they can just as easily live in their own freaking metaverse. You know what I mean? Or live in the metaverse XYZ that is awesome, or live in this metaverse or whatever. And what I mean by live, just like right now we live on the internet, we're in the physical world, but we live on the freaking internet. Well, we're going to be living on the internet. It's the same thing, all right? But we're still going to be in the physical world, everything, all right? It's still that. And it's going to be a mix, just like there's a mix now. Don't get it twisted. It's not like that whole thing, all right? So the reality is that, like, again, the decentralization part, like it's already built in. It's, the whole censorship freedom, the whole censorship, getting away from censorship, getting away from a lot of these things, it's already built into it, just like cryptocurrency and all this other stuff. And eventually we'll be adding layers within the layers of that. So like, just like in cryptocurrency, we have coins like Monero or Pirate Chain or Zcash that are privacy coins, privacy-oriented coins, well, we're going to have certain metaverses that are going to be private, like privacy, you know what I mean? Just like Monero and all these things in which no one's going to know that you went in or went out. And what are you going to do in that metaverse? I don't know. You know what I mean? You can figure that out. You know what I mean? The million things, a zillion things. All right. So there's going to be even completely private, metaverses that no one's even going to be able to track you while you're there, while you go in there, what you do in there, and all of this stuff, man. So, again, that's, this is why all this is very exciting, because a lot of people are so scared of it. But the thing is, remember, the propaganda wants you to be scared of it because they want you to still think that all of this is going to be controlled by them, controlled by the Great Reset, the banks, the people in power. No, this is why I'm always so excited about the fucking future, because it's like we have all the tools, and the kids, basically, anyone that's 20 and under, and anyone born after today, you know what I mean? Like anyone in that age range, they're the ones that are building this shit. And when they see us, okay, living and suffering in this world that is controlled by a few entities, and they have not only the ability, but the want, the desire, the age, all of the energy, all of this shit to build, this freedom. They're going to build it. They're building it. They're doing it now. You can go online and check it out. People keep making fun of me because I keep telling them, man, you guys got to check out Roblox because look, you gotta go see what they're doing over there. And people, oh man, that's for kids. Oh, that's for like 2-year-olds. That's for whatever. But when you see what they're doing over there, just there, that's not including the rest of the whole ginormous metaverse, that all these metaverses that are being built. But just there alone, what the kids are doing now, you're like, oh my God. There's no way that these kids are gonna be controlled by these old farts. You know what I mean? With their social credit scores and their banking and their all this fucking old fucking dinosaur shit. Get the fuck out of here, bro. Are you kidding me right now? So, I mean, because I was a kid, I wasn't controlled. I know many, and I could go on, man. So, kids these days, with so much freedom and so much access to this ability to create and build these platforms and this freedom and all this other stuff. Oh my God, man! Are you kidding me? No way! They're never gonna they're never gonna look back. How the hell are they gonna willingly just give up this freedom that they know that they can have and create and build, to these old farts that definitely don't know any better for them? I mean, look at everything that is going on in the world right now. All of it. It's insane. And the kids right now, they got no say. They got no way to break away from this, but they kind of do, and they know it, and they're building towards that. And by the time that they really do get to that age, listen, man, they know how to get away from this crazy world that the adults have and built and live in. And so, and at the same time, everything's going to be crumbling around them as it is right now. So it'll be very easy to transition into this new world, okay, in which it is freedom loving. It is, you get what I'm saying? It is not, it is just freedom loving. I mean, that's basically what it is. And so it is not part of the old legacy system. And that alone is enough for everyone to just jump on this train, to just jump on this, because I mean, it's like it's always, now let's just go to capitalism, and at the end of the day, it just goes to that. People always go to the better product. It doesn't matter, you know what I mean? And so the better product is already there and being built. All right? And the deeper you go into this metaverse, the more you realize and understand that, oh my God, what the hell why am I even wasting any time with this old legacy system and the great reset stuff and all this other shit? I mean, bro, are you kidding me? You know what I mean? Like, so it's just a beautiful time to be alive. It really is a beautiful time to be alive. But you got people out there that are still scared. You need to fucking grab life by the balls. Grab the bull by the horns. And my God, you know what I mean? Like, Jesus, embrace what's right in front of your face, man. I mean, there's going to be a lot of suffering going forward. Don't get me wrong. And there's going to be a lot of horribleness going forward. But it's only going to be people that are not informed of, the abilities that they have to break free from all that. And so that's why this is also the Great Enlightenment, because the more people are exposed to all this real stuff and how this stuff is really working and how it's going to work, I mean, how it's working now and how it's going to work in the future. Oh my God, it gives so much hope to people so that they know that there is light at the end of the tunnel, and they just got to get over, get through this whole, quagmire of a situation that we're going to be dealing with because, well, this is the way the cookie crumbles. This is the cycle. We're now in the bad times, and these bad times are going to create strong men. Okay, but we need to go through these hard times. And how do we get through these? How do we get to these hard times? Because we had a generation of weak men. And since we had a generation of weak men, this is what caused these hard times. And now we're going to have a generation of strong men and women that are going to take us into the future. So, that's it, guys. You know what I mean? At least that. Okay. By the way, we're only at the decentralization part of the fucking onion here, right? Geez. Bruh. Anyways, so again, you can be dedicating your life to building the future, or you can dedicate your life to the circus. You know what I mean? All the stupidness, all the insanity, all the idiocracy that is happening around the world. You can do that, or you can participate. You can play with the adults. All right, you can join us in the sandbox and help us build the future while the morons, while the zombies, while the NPCs eat themselves. All right. So, anyways, all right, moving on to the next part of the onion. All right, moving on to the next part. The spatial computing. All right, this is the 3D engines. Okay, so what is spatial computing? It's a 3D engines, the VR, the VR, virtual reality, AR, which is augmented reality, XR, which is, I don't know what the fuck XR is. Multitasking. The UI is the user interface. User interface is like Windows or the Microsoft operating system, or Android or Apple, whatever. That's a user interface. How the user interfaces with the thing. Geospatial mapping. So what is all that? That is basically this. You know what I mean? Once you start getting all that together, part of it is, all right, come on, give me some. It's that AR world, okay? It's this, not the AR, it's the virtual world, all right? Oh, thank you, Casita Views. Thank you for the $5 super chat. Thank you very much. Buy me some tacos later tonight. Thank you. But anyways, that's what this is. You know what I mean? That's what that layer of the onion is. By the way, this is like the weirdest. What the fuck is this, bro? This guy. But anyways, it's all that. You know what I mean? So right now, the person that is playing this game in this world is doing it on their computer. They're not wearing those special big glasses or anything like that. No, they're doing this. Okay, they're doing this on their computer screen at home while they're having their coffee and smoking their blunts or whatever. Okay, so that's the cool part. Okay, so anyways, but that's that. And so there's gonna be, remember, just like I was showing you at the beginning of this video, we're gonna go through that again. But just like I was showing you all the scenes of all the metaverses of all the worlds out there. Remember, there's metaverses like things like Decentraland, Roblox, Grand Theft Auto. Any game out there, World of Warcraft, any kind of game out there, Farmville, I can go on, and so many other iterations of all that. So that's basically the computing. The computing is the 3D engines. This is okay. So now let me be a little bit more specific. So right now, there's only like two basic companies out there. Basically, there's two companies out there that are, man, I gotta find them. I should have done a little. Damn, I should have written down. I'm sorry. I've been very busy, and I completely forgot my notes. These are my notes. Look at this. Fucking this is horrible. All right. Jesus, I know. I did not do my homework on today's episode. Bruh. Today is all off the top of my head. But anyways, right now there are two major engines that are the ones that are they're responsible for building the whole metaverse. There's a few engines. And what do I mean by engine? That is like the platform. The building. Hold on. Let me see if I can find a little bit more of what I mean, so you can see exactly what I mean. Hold on. Because the gaming engine. Not the gaming engine, but the building engine. Let me see. I think is it. Oh yeah, there it is. Okay, boom. Yeah, this is a great channel. I suggest. Okay, so these are the engines that I'm talking about. So these engines, okay, these engines are the building blocks for the metaverse. And so right now, just like Bitcoin was created by Satoshi Nakamoto, and it was thrown out there, and people, we have the, what is it, like the Bitcoin, and it was created, as a cryptocurrency, yada, yada, yada. You already know the whole story, but it was created by Satoshi in order to, again, go up against the banking system. But more importantly than anything else, when he built that open source, and he built it with the ability for, what open source means is that anyone can use this technology, copy, paste it, and create over and over and over again. So these gaming engines, okay, there's two of them. It's Unity, I think, is one of them, and then the other one is Unreal Engine, the Unreal Engine, okay? I'm not going to get too detailed on this because this is already too, above my pay grade. But the point I'm making is that, like, for example, Roblox would be like the equivalent of having Legos, okay? And you're building the metaverse with Legos, which means anyone can do it. Anyone can do it, okay? But when you get something to like Unreal and Unity, you're now building gaming worlds that are graphically equivalent to the best games out there right now, the best graphics out there right now. And you're doing it with things like Unity and Unreal, especially the Unreal Engine. So in fact, let me show you, I forgot. Let me see if I can find, so I can show you just some of the Unreal stuff. I'm trying to find, there's this chick. There's somebody out there. What the hell's her name, man? Oh, there it is. Okay. Code Miko. Okay. So so this person right here. So let me see if I can show you a little bit of this, so you can get an idea of also where we're at. So what the Unreal Engine can do, because again, a lot of people out there, they're like, oh, the Roblox, or it's like, we're like in another world out there. But the reality is that, like, okay, so look at the graphics on this. Okay, this is, remember what I showed you earlier with the podcast? Okay, well, this is that using the Unreal Engine. So this person is being captured on camera, and everything that she does on camera is this is what it looks like on the other end. It's this chick doing these things. Okay? And this is her. This is her, okay, right there. And basically, she is being captured by her camera, her special equipment, using the Unreal Engine. She built a model, okay? Look here. You see? Look at that. She built a model of look, you see? Look at that. All right? And this is, by the way, she is one of the only people doing something like this. She is an actual developer for this stuff. She's like all the way up here. So we're not there yet to having this accessible to the masses, but look at that. Look how they even captured like the phone. Look how insane this is. Okay? So that is the Unreal Engine. And look how real it looks. Look, that's OBS. That's the same thing. Look, that's the same thing that I use. Look, I'm going to show you right now. Look, you see, this is OBS right there. Okay, that's what I use, okay, to stream. So she's doing the same thing, okay, just obviously, better technology. She's coding this. She's creating. Look at that. Look at that. Isn't that insane? How fucking insane is that? You know what I mean? So look at how intertwined things are already getting, all right? And how close we are to this already. And the fact that, again, all this decentralized, they can't censor her. They can't stop her. She can do whatever the hell she wants. And she does. By the way, if you want to laugh and you want to see some weird, cringy, crazy internet stuff, I highly suggest you check her out. Code Miko is her name, okay? Code Miko, right? And right there, basically in this video, she's explaining how it all works, how everything works, So this is super cool, man. to me, it's things like this that, it's like it gives me a lot of hope for the future, just where we're going and what we're doing with all this stuff. So that's that. And in order to build this thing, they have to use, they got to use, whatchamacallit, like things like this. This is the Unreal Engine. Right there, the guy's using the Unreal. Is that the Unreal? Or is Unreal or Unity? But whatever. You can see that it's a little more difficult to use. All right? But this is it. They're building it there, all right? They're building something there, all right? Isn't that cool? So that's like the next level to that. And look at that. So eventually we look at that. This will be like an example of, And right now, video games are what are leading the pack here. Video games is what's really, really leading the pack here. So, StratCat. Humans live in isolation and interact through surrogate robots. That's the world I want, not playing games. What? I'm guessing he doesn't like it. Again, check out earlier in the show when I talked about more of this. I'm not going to keep repeating the same thing over again. But yeah. So, right now, man, like, we're living in a super cool world. We're living in to me, I think it's like amazing. The world that we're moving into. And, there's just so much. Sorry. Hold on. Where's the. All right.
Bruh.
Let's get back into it. All right. So that is okay. Remember, we're still in the onion here, guys. All right, we're still doing the onion. So that is the computing aspect to this. Okay, that's a computing aspect. All right. Now we got the creator economy. The creator economy is, more of the design tools, asset markets, workflow, commerce. So you're designing. You're designing tools for people to use. So these are the engines, okay, that are free and open source for people to use so that people can create the next level of the onion, which is, again, the design tools, the asset markets, the workflow, the commerce, all that shit. That is all what you're going to be building within your metaverse. So if you're going to take this on and you're going to build yourself a metaverse with these tools, then we're also going to be creating tools for people so that these tools can be used within your metaverse. All right. You're going to be able to create markets within your metaverse so people can, again, buy, sell, whatever, whatever it is that they're going to be doing there. The workflow, the actual economy, the commerce of the whole metaverse and all this other stuff. So remember, there's many metaverses out there. Okay. And all this is basically, exactly what we're doing in the real world. We're just now also going to be doing it there, just like we're doing it on the internet. Remember, all this is internet in 3D. That's all it is. That's all the metaverse is the same internet that we're using right now, but in 3D. So in the metaverse, in the future, you'll be able to, how do I say this, almost kind of touch me and feel me, and we're close. I know that sounds kind of gay there, but I'll be able to also see you guys. It'll be like an audience of fucking little people or things. You know what I mean? So it'll also be freaky on my end. All right. So yeah, again, I get this is still so new to so many people. For me, the reason it's not so new is because back when I was a kid in the late 90s and early 2000s. Back then, I was already, within the internet world, within these games, the early, internet games and shit like that. And I was like, holy shit, I can't wait until we actually build a whole world in which we can do more than what we can do in the physical world, or at least a different whatever, but in the internet thing. And, I honestly thought that we were very far away. When Facebook MetaVerse thing, when that whole thing came out a couple weeks ago, I started diving deep into the metaverse and I realized, oh shit, we're already here. We're basically already here. In fact, we've already surpassed some of the things that I thought that we were gonna, oh my God, we're here. again, don't be scared, guys. You know, most of this stuff is, again, decentralization is a big part of this thing, okay? So the whole Facebook going onto the metaverse, Facebook is still less than 1% of the whole picture here. So Facebook is super late to the game, all right? Honestly, all right? That's like if America Online all of a sudden launches a video game machine and say, oh, we're going to go up against Xbox and Nintendo and PlayStation. Oh, okay, AOL. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? You're not even, you know, you're so far removed from this. Okay, but anyways. So that's where we're going there, right? So once you create that creator economy, once you create that little economy within your metaverse, because remember, that economy is just like right now if you have a website. So let me show you an example. This, where's my, jeez, bro, fucking, where's sound effects? I wish I could have more. I need a soundboard, like an actual soundboard. But anyways, so right here on my website, you know, it's my website where you can see all of my channels, all of my stuff. This is my metaverse, okay? Quote unquote, my little metaverse. It's still in 2D form. Eventually, it'll be in 3D form. Because of this little metaverse that I have created, this is, by the way, this is part of it. The channel that you're watching me on is part of the metaverse. My internet, my verse, my universe. You know, all the things that I do are part of my little universe, and all that little universe eventually comes full circle, and I have a little bit of an economy. I've created a little bit of a, you know what I mean, some sort of sustainable economy within my little universe, okay? Where I get paid for multiple things, all right? Throughout the whole universe of all the things that I do. So eventually, as people do this in 3D, it's that's where you're gonna get that layer, all right? That's where you're gonna get that where, oh my god, where, bro, hold on, there it is. That's where you're gonna get that layer of the creator economy layer, okay? So then you're gonna get to the discovery aspect. What is the discovery aspect? Again, that's the ad networks, the social networks, the social curation. I'm sorry, the the ratings, the stores, the agents. You know, how are you gonna tell people about your metaverse? So if I'm gonna create a metaverse, I have YouTube, I got Twitch, I got all of these platforms, I got Instagram, I got my website, all these places where I can tell you about it, and I can advertise, and I can get new people to join, and I can get you guys to join, and so that's that whole thing. You know what I mean? The social curation aspect. You know, if I'm gonna put advertisements on any platform so that, you know, people can look for my metaverse, I might be able to put an advertisement for my metaverse in another metaverse. So somebody's in another metaverse, they're walking around doing God knows what, they're bored out of their mind, and then they see an advertisement for my metaverse, and they're like, you know what, this metaverse sucks, let me go check out Jose's place, all right? And then he was like, oh, this sucks even more over here, so. And then the last part of the onion, the most important part, obviously, you know what I mean, is the experience. You know what I mean? How are you going to experience? You know, again, if you're bored in the metaverse, if you're bored in all these metaverses, well, you're not going to be on the metaverses, you know? It's just like the internet. You know, you're not hanging out on your banking website because it's boring. You just go to the banking website to do your banking, and that's it. If you want to be entertained by the internet, you go to certain websites and you do certain things, whether you're playing a game, watching a football game, watching a movie, watching some YouTube, reading a book, you know, many things that you can do on the internet. Well, it's the same thing. It's the experience. You know, how are you going to experience the metaverse? You know, again, the games, the social networks, the sports, you know, esports, the theater, the shopping, all this other stuff. So again, you know, right now, like again, you're living in a rural, middle of nowhere, off the grid, and you can still, you know, kind of just put on your glasses and go to the mall so you can go buy a few things that you need to buy and try on the clothes virtually, all right? So just, again, I hate going to the fucking mall just as much as most people out there. I know some people love it, but sometimes you gotta go to the mall. You need to buy clothes, you know what I mean? And you just cannot go on the internet, you know, and be like, okay, I'll just take an extra large, and then it's like extra large, or you know what I mean? Like you got to try things on, like shoes and certain things, you know, glasses, you know, whatever. And so when you're, you know, you can now live in the middle of nowhere, have no human contact because you want to live like that. or you want to live in a small little community away from the zombies and the crazy NPCs and the insanity that we're going to be experiencing going forward right now, you know, and you just want to be living in a community of like-minded individuals that don't want to fight over gender or whatever the fuck, you know what I mean, is the flavor of the week. And you decide that, you know, you still need to go to the mall because you need to buy some clothes, or you want to, you know, check out the new, I don't know, whatever, you know, and so you want to get some headphones, but you want to try on the headphones to make sure that they're fit right and they're comfy and they sound good, and you want to make sure that the clothes, it's nice and comfy, whatever. And you're going to be able to do all that almost kind of, again, virtually, all right? And once you get your clothes, you buy your items and all that shit, you leave that mall, and then all that stuff gets shipped to you. You know, they just ship it to you. How are they going to ship it? I don't know. Amazon, drone, whatever. So, I mean, again, the most important thing is that these malls, these places, these virtual worlds, they're not going to be controlled or centralized, you know, by Google or by, you know, companies and corporations and any of the shit, you know, because it'll be more like, you know, let's say you, Johnny, instead of buying a mall and then getting all of these stores within your mall to pay rent in the physical world, you might just have a mall in the virtual world, okay? And then you would have these stores within your virtual mall that would all be paying rent to you, all right? And I mean, it's just shit like that, you know what I mean? Like, it's gonna be, it's again, the web 3.0. And this is, I mean, to me, it's just going to be super cool. You know, I'm very excited. You know, there's no reason to be out there scared, you know, like of all this stuff. You know, on the contrary, you know, it's going to be some beautiful times coming ahead. All right, give me 1 second. I gotta go do something off screen for 1 second. Here you go. And I'm going to play a little music, and I'll be back in like 60 seconds or less. If I don't come back in 60 seconds, I'm free. You know, like 60 seconds or less, I'm free.
And I buy it all on Binance, yeah. Everybody wanna have it, yeah. But they didn't buy it last year, yeah. Everyone wishing that they had bought it. But it's too late now cause they can't afford it. They were too scared just to buy at the bottom. I was on BitMEX 100x long and yeah. You got BTC, then put your pledges to the sky. How can I make sense? I got Satoshi's on my mind. Yeah, they call me crazy when I told them they should try. Now my family's in my inbox asking how to buy. My mama called, seen you on Twitter. Son said shit done changed. Ever since your first song, I bought it all. Ever since the first dip, they said it's Tulip Mania. Now they always say congratulations.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? And that's the thing. You know what I mean? Don't if you get in on all this now, you know what I mean? In the future, people are going to be saying congratulations to you. You know what I mean? Like, wow, you're such a genius. You're so smart. You're so this. And meanwhile, all you were doing is just playing Roblox or playing Grand Theft Auto or whatever. But it's like now when you're looking at it from a completely different perspective, now that you understand a little bit more of what this is and how we're already functioning in a lot of these worlds virtually online, you know, you can now, you know, use this knowledge, you know, in order to help you, how do I say, is take advantage of this situation. Because the reality is that, you know, we're already, you know, interacting with this virtual world. We're already interacting with, you know, all of this stuff, you know what I mean, that's out there. But we're not really even sure. We don't even know that we are. So now, you know, as you're interacting in these worlds, as you're doing these things in this new, you know, in this metaverse, you are basically leading the charge. Okay, so when I tell people right now, hey, go check out Roblox, go check out some of these games, go check out some of these worlds, go check out some of this stuff. It's basically like if you're back in 1995 and you're telling people, hey man, you got to check this internet thing out. Hey man, you know, whatever, you know, you should maybe look at this internet. Maybe you should get an internet connection, maybe whatever. And the thing is, it's basically just so you can be ahead of the curve. So that you're not caught by surprise when all this is happening, and at the and you're actually at the forefront of a lot of this stuff. So, you know, if for anyone out there that was on the internet back in the early and mid 90s, you know, by the time that the mid 2000s rolled around, they were so ahead of the pack, it's not even funny. So that's why I encourage people to start familiarizing themselves with this stuff, because it's, for some people, it's very easy to grasp. Like for me, very easy to understand and grasp. But for some people out there, this is still so difficult to understand and to grasp. And the only way in which they can really wrap their head around this whole thing is by experiencing it. And how are you going to experience it? By checking it out. And all this is mostly free right now. So you can access a lot of this stuff for free and check it out and start, you know, again, start exploring, you know, what this metaverse really means, what it really represents, how you can take advantage from all this, you know what I mean? And like I said, it's not like you need much, you know what I mean? As long as you understand what this brings, you can simply be a merchant selling t-shirts in the real world. And if you're one of the first people that bring your business on the metaverse, you're going to be, it's like the first guy that started selling t-shirts online. You know what I mean? It's the same thing. You know what I mean? So don't be left out. Don't be left behind, guys. There's no reason to, you know, be left behind. You know, you could actually be, you know, on the forefront of all this, and it's actually fun. It's actually interesting. You know, if you already have, you know, some of these things like, you know, cryptocurrency, if you already play in some of these game worlds, if you already experience a lot of this stuff, you know, that we've been talking about throughout this last hour, then, you know, you guys, you know, should dive deeper and see how much further you can go and see what else is out there and prepare yourselves. Because again, when we were looking at that presentation by Facebook, the whole Meta thing, you know, you know, just like a lot of people out there, you know, basically, you know, we're just trying to, you know, project what this future could be. But there's no reason to be scared of like Mark Zuckerberg. Again, I gotta keep reminding everybody, that guy has less than one. Remember, Facebook, the whole Facebook universe, everything Facebook related has less than 1% grasp on the metaverse. And right now, anyone on Facebook is a boomer. That's it. Long story short, there's no kids, there's no young people on Facebook. There's no new people going on Facebook. There's no new nothing. And all of a sudden, when Facebook creates the metaverse, their metaverse, when they create their metaverse, no kid is gonna go on that Facebook metaverse, because all these other metaverses they can access, you know, by just putting on some glasses, and it's a metaverse that they created, that their friends created, that something that's cool to them. You know, we're old fart dinosaurs out here. We don't know what the hell's cool anymore, but they do. And it sure ain't Facebook. You know, so again, you don't have to worry about that crap. You know what I mean? So, you know, the reality is that all of this, most of this is going to be decentralized, created by users, by other users, other people, all right, in order to, you know, build this future. Look at this. We're teaching monkeys how to fucking use the, yeah, you know, we should be worried more about the monkeys taking over than the robots, all right? So, anyways. But yeah, man, look at how cool this metaverse already is. You know what I mean? And, you know, to me, it's like, it's already here. There's no reason to fear it. You know, we should embrace it and start learning it. You know, you should, if you're still under 50, 60 years old, you know, you're going to be around for a little longer. So I would highly suggest that you embrace this stuff and don't be left behind. All right. This is the future, and we're going to be interacting with this, I think, more than we care to want to admit. In the future, we might not even have a cell phone. The whole thing might be a virtual console. You know what I mean? Like, again, you know how you see people that are basically, as you know, basically people pointing and you get what I'm saying? Like the screen's up in the air or whatever. You know, like that whole thing that's like, you know, boop, boop. I don't know. I can't find. But anyway, so yeah, look. This is a great thing here. Look at this, guys. Let me get my face out of the way for a minute. But look at this, guys. This is the metaverse right now, and there are so many companies missing. So many companies missing from that, okay? Let's go back to that. Sorry, I want to show you. But there's so many companies missing here. So many companies, all right? So, but this is just like a metaverse map thingy that this guy, the guy that's making this video, kind of just created out of the back, you know what I mean? His mind and shit. So, you know, that's the thing, guys. You know what I mean? This is, you know, this is it right here. You know what I mean? Like, you know, this is like, you know, just a snapshot of, you know what I mean, of where we're going with all this stuff. All right. And it's very beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. You know what I mean? It's a very beautiful thing. So, you know, the fact that look how far ahead we are already. And a lot of these, by the way, look, you can look at all of these companies and you recognize most of these companies. You recognize most of these, okay? You already know most of them here. You already know all the ones over here. All right, you like again, you know AWS, you know Amazon, Nvidia, AMD, Intel, T-Mobile, Verizon, AT&T. You already know Oculus, Apple, Xbox, PlayStation, Samsung, whatever. You already know again over here, Microsoft, IBM, Ethereum, Engine, Ubuntu, Polygon, Theta, you know Polkadot, Cardano, OpenSea. That's where they sell the NFTs and shit like that. By the way, NFTs, I keep forgetting to mention the NFTs, but you know NFTs are a big, big part of this whole thing as well. You already know, we already talked about Unity and Unreal. You already know about Google AI, OpenAI, you know, Mozilla, some of these things already. You already know about Adobe, Shopify, Microsoft, Roblox, you know what I mean? Again, Epic Games. Epic Games is things like Fortnite and shit like that. You already know a lot of these companies. Your Stadia, you know, that's the Google video game thing. Epic Games, Google Play, Steam, you know, the what is it, the Apple iStore and the Google Play Store, you know, Facebook, you know, all this other shit here. Look at Facebook is just one little itty bitty thing. Look at all of these companies, and Facebook is just right here on the discovery part. All right. So again, you know, just to, even more to what I just said, they're not even, they're barely involved in this. Okay, they're barely involved, and that's great. We don't, and like it matters, you know, because at the end of the day, you know, no one's gonna willingly want to really go down the Facebook route. Anyways, and then the experience, we know almost all of these, okay, for the experience part of it, which is again things like Fortnite, Hasbro, EA Sports or EA Games, Nintendo, Valve, the Facebook there again for the games, Twitch, Discord, Zoom, YouTube, Clubhouse, Netflix. I can go on and on. All right. Imagine in the future that you'll be able to go to a virtual movie theater and hang out with your friends and watch it. You know, it's just like I'm telling you, man, there's a bunch of cool shit coming our way. So, yeah, guys, you know what I mean? Like, in fact, you know, I'm going to see if I can, right now I'm going to open up. I'm going to open up a little bit of question and answer session. If you guys have any questions, any comments, anything, you know, that maybe, you know, you guys want me to talk about or answer or whatever for a minute. Because I think we've kind of covered this pretty deep. I think there's a pretty good beginner's guide, a pretty good understanding. Hopefully it was a good episode, a good, nice understanding of what the metaverse actually is and how this whole thing is going to be impacting us going forward and all this other stuff. So, you know, I hope I did a good job, you know. You guys can let me know down below. You already know what's up. So... But yeah, man, you know, to me, you know, we're moving into such an amazing, awesome world, and it's nothing. Anyone that's scared is more of a boomer than anything else. If you're really, the more you're scared of all this stuff, the more I feel like, you know what I mean, like the more out of touch, you know, someone might be with a lot of this shit. You know what I mean? Because, you know, the reality is that it's just like anything else at any other point in time. You know what I mean? Like. You know, any new technology, any new anything. You know, people were scared of the first airplanes. People were scared of electricity. People were scared of the internet. You know, people were scared of so many things. And yeah, too much of a good thing can be bad. Too much of anything can be bad. There are going to be people addicted to the virtual worlds. There's going to be people that only want to live in the virtual world. There's going to be people that are, you know, they're going to eat, live, sleep, breathe, and only in the virtual world. But just like today, there's people that are addicted to their phones and to just Instagram and TikTok and all this other shit. Or people that are addicted to playing whatever video game online in their online communities. And people that are addicted to sugar and drugs and everything. It's human nature. All right? So, yeah, man. Donna something on Twitch says, have you been streaming for a long time but still not popular? Come to, oh great. I got botified. I got bots-tified. All right, anyways, Anthony says, if anyone wants the ugly details, well, I can try. Okay. Ugly details, or maybe on something else, I guess. So, yeah, man, you know, to me, it's like, yeah, man, people were scared of Y2K. You guys remember that shit? You know what I mean? So, evening, Teddy. Oh, it's 1 p.m. over here, 1:30 p.m. But, yeah, guys, you know, I hope you guys enjoyed today's program, enjoyed today's show. If you guys have any questions, any comments, anything you guys want to, like, maybe add or maybe want me to touch on real quick or answer before we go, let me know. We'll play a little music. You know, we'll have a little bit of a, you know, while we wait.
Where's my Where's my Lambo? Where's my Lambo?
Man, I can't wait to do drugs in the metaverse. That is gonna be fucking trippy as fuck. But like once it's really like the real thing, you know? You know, once we get to that next level of metaverse.
I'm not fucking leaving.
You know what? I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving.
I'm not fucking leaving.
I mean, look at the metaverse. I got a fucking talking horse for crying out loud. You guys can see him, right? You guys can see Lambo, right?
This is my home. They're gonna need a fucking wrecking ball to take me out of here. They're gonna need to send in the National Guard and fucking SWAT team. They ain't going nowhere.
You can tell how white and I am. You know, I'm here headbanging to fucking, you know, how old boomer I am too. Headbanging to like EDM or whatever this is.
That's a scam.
Well,
What am I gonna do?
I don't know. But I think we're gonna cut it here, guys, because it seems like you guys have already maybe I lulled you guys to sleep already, and I apologize for that. I apologize if I put you guys all to sleep, and it is what it is. But hey, you know, hopefully in the future people will be able to look at this video and be like, oh, look at this guy. You know, this guy was talking about this shit back in the day. And again, you know, this is something that I think a lot of people under 20, for the most part, they already know, they already got it. Maybe they didn't know all the complete details of a lot of this stuff. Maybe they did, but I think a lot of people, anyone under 20, under 15, you know, a lot of kids, especially if they're online and already participating in these worlds, man, they're so ahead of the game and they get all this. Basically, this video is for boomers, anyone that's over, you know, anyone that's over 25, I guess, you know, anyone that's over 25, 30 years old, and this is still something hard to wrap your head around. But at the same time, it shouldn't be, because most of you guys out there already actively participate within a metaverse, whether you know it or not. Again, if you still don't get it, just rewind the episode or watch the episode from the beginning and you'll see me explain all that in more detail. But, you know, again, you know, like I was saying, you know, we're already there. We're already, you know, the metaverse is here, guys.
What am I gonna do?
But anyways. Alright guys, I think we're going to end it there. We're going to cut it there. If you guys enjoyed this kind of content, you guys want to see more content, if you guys want to check out more of my videos, more of my stuff, check out all of my channels, you already know what to do. Just go to my website, josearteaga.com. You can come check me out there. I cook, I do everything, alright? I cook, I clean, I dance. What don't I do? I'm the perfect housewife. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining me today. I sincerely appreciate. I really, 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 really appreciate all you guys that stuck with me today, and found any of this stuff interesting, and found any of this stuff, remotely cool. Because again, these are the things that I want to talk about, and I want to start, again, bringing up to your attention going forward on this channel. Because again, these are the things that interest me, and I think that this is more. I feel like more constructive to talk about things like this than it is to keep fear mongering or keep talking about things that no one's gonna do anything about, we can't control, and everything is still, whatever. All the things that are going on around the world, you cannot control any of that stuff. All you can do is control yourself, all right? And that's it. That's how we're gonna be doing all this stuff going forward, and we're gonna be talking more about solutions. We're gonna talk more about, we're gonna be doing more explaining about a lot of these things and all that stuff, because, I'm making this video so that this metaverse stuff is not as scary as they make it out to seem. And in fact, you should be embracing it and building your own metaverse, all right? With the tools we all have available today for us, all right? The tools, the education, it's all there. It's all free. You can just go on YouTube, find the video on how to use XYZ program, XYZ building tool, and do it yourself. Whether it's build a cryptocurrency, build a metaverse, build whatever. You can build your own wealth. You can build your own economic system. You can build your own thing, all right? So go out there and get it, and stop complaining. Stop expecting governments to fix themselves and change. Stop expecting, corporations to all of a sudden have their better interest in you. Stop. None of that shit's gonna happen. All that shit is gonna fucking come to a head soon. It's all gonna hit a wall. We're getting close to it already, and really soon we're gonna see that none of these things are necessary, and that we have all the tools necessary for self-governance, okay? And we don't need these, again, old dinosaur legacy systems of the governments and corporations and all this shit, all right? We're the ones that's supposed to be giving them orders, not the other way around. Let's not forget that. So, with that being said, you already know what to do, guys. If you like this kind of content, if you enjoy this video, if you enjoy this stuff, please like, please subscribe, please share it. Share it with anyone out there that you might think might find any kind of value or entertainment out of this. And, last but not least, please don't forget to stay awesome. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one, all right? Probably next Wednesday. Maybe this Saturday, we'll see, whatever. Definitely see you here next Wednesday. Bye. All right, let's dance.
Riding my party, my rockets, waiting, coming, jump on it. It's my name, just do it. Riding my party, my rockets, waiting, coming, jump on it.
Hold up.
Reconnect!
Talk.